Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about a secret weapon for hardware success. It's this hidden strategy that can take a pretty good product and turn it into, well, an absolute empire. And here's the crazy part. It's got nothing to do with the main device, the one you poured years into. Nope. It's all about the little things, the small, swappable parts that can literally make or break your entire business.
So let's just jump right into this, because it's a huge deal. Imagine this. You finally launched your hit wearable. It's amazing. But then, why are there knockoff accessories flooding the market almost overnight? It's every hardware founder's absolute nightmare, right? You put in all this work, you launch this killer product, and bam, weeks later, cheap, third-party junk is everywhere. Now, this isn't just a bit of bad luck. It's a full-on strategic attack aimed right at your weakest point. But, and this is the good news, there's a powerful defense you can build. And today, we're going to break down exactly how it works.
Okay, first up, the Copycats' easy target. See, we've got to understand where your competitors are actually going to strike. They're not going to try to clone your super complex main device. That's way too hard. It's a sucker's bet. No, they're smarter than that. They go for the low-hanging fruit, the absolute easiest way in, the little swappable parts of your product.
And this is exactly why they do it. Think of it like a Trojan horse. It's the easiest entry point to your customers. And a simple little band or a clip, to them, that feels totally harmless to clone. But here's the damage it does. It starts to break that trust you've built with your users. And worse, it creates this whole low-cost shadow market for your product, a market that is literally feeding off of your hard work and your innovation. It's a small leak that can sink a really big ship.
So, the big question is, how do you fight back against this? Well, it all starts with a major shift in how you think about your product. We have to stop seeing it as just a gadget. It's time to realize your hardware isn't just a single thing. It's the very heart of a powerful system.
And that system is what we call a hardware ecosystem. Basically, it's your core device surrounded by this whole world of swappable modules and bands and sensors. And this is what drives long-term value and, really importantly, user loyalty. See, every single time a user snaps on a new strap or clicks in a cool new sensor, they're not just, adding a feature. They're literally reaffirming their place inside your world. Every one of those little swappable parts becomes another powerful touch point for your brand.
And this, right here, is where you unlock the serious long-term value. An ecosystem like this builds a really strong brand identity. It creates predictable, recurring revenue, which is huge. It seriously increases user loyalty over the long haul. And here's the kicker, it expands your patent service area. What's that mean? It means you just have more stuff, more unique little inventions that you can protect, which builds a much stronger defense. It's these small pieces, believe it or not, that are the real key to locking in that lifetime customer value.
Okay, so that brings us to the first layer of our defense, the first wall of our fortress, protecting the swappable parts themselves. And to do that, we have to stop thinking of them as just simple accessories. We need to start treating them like what they really are. Valuable, clever little inventions all on their own.
That's right. You need to think of each swappable part as its own mini invention. Because really, every single part you design carries its own logic, doesn't it? It was designed and shaped to solve a very specific problem. Maybe it's a strap that makes the device ridiculously comfortable, or a cap that protects a sensor from sweat, or a latch that lets a battery slide out just perfectly smooth. It has a real purpose.
So what actually makes a simple part an invention? Well, it's all in the unique details. It's things like its connection motion, that specific snap or twist or slide. It could be its physical shape, its geometry, or its unique locking mechanism. Even the way it routes power or data can be inventive. Or think about its real-world use, like does it provide stability when you're moving? You have to ask yourself, what makes this part feel special? That feeling, that uniqueness, that is the heart of the invention you need to protect.
All right, now we get to the real secret weapon. The secret sauce. This is hands down the most powerful and honestly the most overlooked strategic control point in your entire hardware system. And here it is. It's not the part itself. It's where the part connects. It's the interface.
Let me ask you this, just to frame it up. What's more valuable, the key or the lock? Think about it. A key can be copied pretty easily, but the lock? The lock is what decides which keys get to work in the first place. Getting your head around this one little distinction, that's the mental shift that changes the entire game.
And this is the rookie mistake so many founders make. They only focus on protecting the swappable part, the key. But like we said, the part itself is right there, out in the open, easy to see, easy to copy. The real control, the hidden source of all your power, is in the receiving interface on the main device. That's the lock.
And here's the bottom line. When you protect just the part, you're protecting one accessory. But when you protect the interface, you protect all future accessories, every single one.
And this quote just nails it. The real control point is the receiving mechanism on the main device. That interface is the core. This is the central idea of everything we're talking about. When you patent the interface, you're not just protecting a little piece of plastic. You are protecting the connection itself. And that means no one, and I mean no one, can make a compatible accessory that clicks into your device without bumping right into your patent. Suddenly, you control the entire ecosystem.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do you protect the interface? Well, let's break it down. There are 3 critical layers you need to secure if you want to build that truly unbreakable defense.
First up, protect the unique connection motion. We're talking about that specific twist or snap or slide or hinge that connects the part. That motion is like a signature element of your design, your product's handshake. And by protecting the movement itself, you make it insanely difficult for any competitor to create a compatible module without infringing. That motion becomes your very first line of defense.
Number 2, protect the unique geometry. This is all about the physical shapes. The little channel that guides the part into place, that specific tooth that gives you that satisfying click, the exact surfaces that meet and lock together. These tiny details are what define the user's experience, and they are so hard for competitors to replicate without stepping all over your patent. And finally, number 3, protect the data and power ports. This is all about the electrical connection, the layout of the pins, the exact spacing of the contact pads, even the clever way you shield it all from dust or sweat. When you secure this part, you're creating this powerful dual-layer barrier. It basically slams the door shut on third-party clones for years and years. So, we've gone through all this work. We've protected the parts, we've locked down the interface. What's the real strategic payoff here? What do you get for it? Well, let me tell you, it is so much more than just stopping a few copycats. It's about building a truly defensible, long-term future for your entire product line.
And please, remember this, a patent moat isn't about bragging rights. It's not something you put on a shelf. It's about buying your team time. It's about giving them the breathing room to do their best work. It's the freedom to innovate, to experiment with new accessories, and to build out a smart, long-term roadmap, all without constantly looking over your shoulder for the next copycat.
And this table really just sums up the whole strategic payoff perfectly. Look, when you protect the ecosystem, you get to control the entire user experience. And that's how you foster deep, lasting user loyalty. When you secure the interface, you control all third-party accessories, and that is how you lock in those future revenue streams. And when you make a habit of filing early and often, you capture your core novelty, and that's how you build a secure roadmap for the future. This right here, this is the blueprint. It's how you turn one good product into a business that lasts.
So in the end, it really comes down to this one question. Is your product just a device, or is it the start of an empire? Because ultimately, that's the choice you're making. By taking the time to protect your swappable parts, and more importantly, the interface that connects them, you're deciding to do more than just ship a gadget. You are laying the foundation for a platform, an ecosystem, an empire that you can truly own for years to come.